palliative care physician from Lionsgate Hospital, joining us right now to talk about this idea, to talk about this story, and what is the greatest learning lesson? It was a powerful open letter that she released on this website. What do you take away from this?
Well, it was a very, very powerful story. I think this is going to further the conversation that's already been started. You know, when I first read some of the things that Gillian said, my first thought was, I wish I could be treating this woman. I wish I could be talking to this woman. I wish I could be giving her the benefit of some of my experience around these things.
Give us a for example. What's the number one thing you would have said to Gillian Bennett?
I think I would have said, you're a bright, intelligent, eloquent lady. Yes, you have a disease that's progressive, but you have a family that you love and that loves you. You have so much to offer them. You have so much to offer us, given what you've said. Your trip's not over, okay? And to end it before you're ready might be a mistake.
So does that bring into the conversation the fact that she ended it earlier than perhaps she might have had to?
Exactly, and I think that's true of palliative care generally. I think that sometimes people jump the gun with that kind of thing. Their fear is based in the fact that we don't really know how to deal with some of the fears that people have. This lady was very afraid of losing control. She was concerned about the healthcare dollars. She was concerned about her family. She was concerned about all kinds of important things. She had a lot to share. But she had more to give. I think she had a lot more to give. I think her big fear was that she would decline and then lose the control that she needed. And you know, I think there's going to have to be some changes over the next number of years so that people can maintain that control, so that they can have the assurance that would allow them to go on as long as they need to, and then possibly with, we can talk the elephant in the room, the physician-assisted suicide word, you know, then we could talk about things like that and have them available to people in those specific circumstances.
One of the things you talk about, especially when it comes to control, is advanced care planning. What is the reality of this? How often is this happening here in BC, and what is it and what's involved with taking control and being proactive about this?
Well, an advanced care plan really is just expressing your wishes at the end of your life. And that can be done in a number of ways. You can download a whole lot of material because, as I say, there's been a lot of dialogue around these things. And the doctors of BC have put out their ideas on how we need to approach it. The British Columbia Hospice and Palliative Care Association has made it their mandate to get all people to express what their end-of-life wishes would be.
Is the concern about the right to die, the doctor-assisted suicide debate that is sparked here, what is the biggest concern, do you think, from a physician's standpoint, on just open this up as if Switzerland?
Well, you know, Bob Dylan said, to live outside the law, you've got to be honest. And I think that really applies here, because the situations can be so delicate. Someone who's depressed, someone who's in pain, someone who is afraid may do anything to stop that. But if you can deal with those issues, and you can, and we have ways of dealing with those issues, then you're in fact allowing that person to still maintain some quality in their life and contribute and be contributed to. In Seattle, in Oregon, you know, the number of prescriptions that are given out to people who want physician-assisted suicide, I think something like 1 or 2% those prescriptions are ever used. And I think it's because there's a lot of backup, a lot of palliative care, a lot of support, and I think that's one of the big lessons here.
Well, a lot of lessons to take from this story, and a lot of great resources as well. We know there's an important picnic happening next week. We're going to have details on our Facebook page about that, and there you see bchpca.org, another website. Dr. Paul Sugar, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your insights on this.